Hey everyone, it's Rob the Backyard Gardener wishing you a happy Easter. I know today we're going to spend a lot of time with our family and friends. I don't want to take a lot of your time up, but I figured it was about time that I go ahead and give you an update. Let's go take a look at what I'm growing this year in the garden. All right guys, over here is my hot peppers. I've got a couple of serranos. I've got 3 jalapenos. I've got a overwintered reaper pepper plant. And he's just now starting to get his foliage put back on him. He had a major aphid infestation. I seem to always get aphids in my grow room, but not in my garden. It's crazy. We've got 3 ghost pepper plants right here. And then I've had some volunteer red potatoes plants come up. So I've kind of relocated them here. Technically, when you relocate potato plants, they don't produce as well if you just left them in the situation that they were in. But I didn't want them where they're at. If you guys are following my orange series, you'll see I put my oranges outside here. They're starting to come back. We've got some yellow beans, 2 there, 2 there, and 2 there. They've come up. Now we're just letting them get ready to run up this trellis here. Give me some yellow beans this year. This is last year's volunteer. I believe it's a blackberry bush. It could be raspberry. We won't know until we get the flowers and the first fruit, but I've left it to stay there. I'm not gonna impede nature of doing its thing, especially if I get some berries off that. This is my potato patch. We planted it just a couple of weeks ago. So what you see coming up here in the middle is all my Yukon Gold. I've got some Adirondack Blues over here, and if you look closely, you can see they're just starting to come up. And then I've got some red sweet potatoes over here as well, and only one has come up so far. I don't see anything else just yet, but man, the Yukons are taking off. So we've got, this is my potato patch coming in, and then over here we have my garlic. This will be due to be harvested in about a month and a half. I've already scratched away the surface on this one. The bulbs are about this big, so not quite ready yet. This is gonna be where I have all my grape tomatoes. We've got my red sweet tomatoes. That's the first 8 plants here. And then we've got a 9th one back there, which is also red sweet tomatoes. And then these are my golden pear ones, these other 9 plants. We've also got cucumbers growing on here. These are the burpless hybrid cucumbers. We just got them in the ground not too long ago, so it'll be a little while for they produce, but they're coming up nicely. And I'm super excited because, you know, it's funny. I grew this little mini oak tree. He lost all his leaves, but he's come back. You can see he's just now starting to break his buds on all his ends. But it was so easy to grow the acorns, I thought, let me plant 10 more. And every single one of them came up. 3 on that side, 3 on that side, and all the ones in the pot. So now I'm kind of gonna have too many oak trees here, but still pretty cool. I thought I'd show you guys that. If you're following my other series, you'll know I've got a pear tree series and a peach tree series, but look at this, guys. The peaches are coming in. Here's my harvester peach tree, and look at these little guys. We got lots and lots of cute little peaches coming in. Now they're everywhere. And I'll have to thin these guys out because you don't really want that many peaches per branch. So like on this one right here, I'll probably keep him and get rid of these little guys. Maybe keep one more on there. But yeah, we got lots of peaches coming in. And honestly, this is what's really crazy. This is my Loring peach, and I've eaten peaches from him. And matter of fact, I'm growing peaches from seed from this guy. But same thing, his came in a little bit later, but we have got, I mean, this is actually ridiculous. I mean, look at this, guys. I don't know if you're seeing what I'm seeing here. Hopefully you're seeing exactly what I'm showing you, but there's probably, and again, I know they do this and not all of them are going to be set, but I probably have several hundred peaches. Here's a good example. See how big this guy is compared to the other ones? It's A, because he's on the end of a branch, and B, because there's not a lot of peaches set on this branch. So he's got most of the nutrition to himself. Where if you go to a branch that is covered in peaches, they're all not that big. So it's always best to thin out the peaches, but I lose so many to squirrels and birds that I'd rather have a whole bunch of medium-sized ones than a few big ones just asking to be eaten. All right, guys, that's this side of the yard. Let's go check out what's growing on the other side. On this side of the yard, we've got a couple of things going on here. We've got some sweet basil. We've got 3 plants of sweet basil. We've also got 3 plants of purple basil and a couple of cantaloupes coming in. This whole area right here, I planted my sweet potatoes. There's going to be a lot of volunteer tomatoes coming up, as you see, because this is literally made up of almost all my compost and wood chips. But you can clearly see amongst everything, the sweet potatoes are just starting to come up. And I got these guys in the ground a few weeks ago, so they're really coming along fast. I'm going to be topping off the last couple of inches left in this box with leaves. It's odd, this corner has not came up yet, and I don't know if that's a sign of less water or problems over here, but we'll see. Anyway, pretty cool. This is going to be all sweet potatoes this year. You saw my last year's sweet potato harvest, so I know they do well over here, so I'm really excited to see how much I get using a whole row instead of only half a row of sweet potatoes. All right, guys, this is my saucing tomato bed. We have 2 San Marzano tomatoes coming up and 2 of the Roma tomatoes coming up, and these guys are flying. I mean, I don't know this bed, because you know what I did? I topped off the top 6 inches of just homemade compost. I mean, these guys have grown ridiculous compared to my other tomato plants that you saw earlier. I mean, they've doubled them. We've even got flowers on this one, and I'm tempted to pinch the flowers off if these guys get a little bigger, but for now, we'll leave them be. Oh, and if you're not following my series, I know everyone's curious about the updates. This is a 27-month-old apple tree, Gala apple tree, grown from seed. And guys, I cannot stress how excited I am about the flowering. Let me show you this thing. It's like every single end is getting flowers. Look at all these little ends getting flowers. All of them. Look at this. This thing is flowering like crazy. These little guys aren't even supposed to be flowering until 4 to 7 years, and he's going absolutely bonkers. And to top it off, aren't those pretty flowers? All right, let's go check out what's going on back there. All right, guys, back here is my strawberry patch. We've got strawberries coming in. If I can keep the rabbits from eating them. You can see all the flowers coming in, and some examples of some little strawberries coming in right here. So I've had a hard time growing strawberries unless I cover these up really well. The birds come down and eat them. The rabbits get inside here and eat them. And right now it's baby rabbit season, so there's lots of baby rabbits. And honestly, you can see a lot of my ends. They ate a lot of the ends before the strawberries came in. So they know these are here, and they will come and get them. I put some protection down there, but they still find a way to get in here. Got some celery growing here, which is kind of cool. That's last year's celery, and it's still coming in. Over here, we have got a couple of cow horn peppers. Supposed to be mildly spicy, so I'm looking forward to see how those grow this year. We've got watermelon, guys. We've got some of that crimson watermelons. We got 3 sets of them here. And the reason why I planted these down here is because they're going to be low profile, and I want them to space all around back here, right underneath my grapevine, my grapevines, I should say, which is coming in full blast this year. I'm really excited about maybe getting some grapes. I followed all the rules. I trimmed them heavily back. I fertilized them over the winter. I've done everything that you're supposed to do. They're now in their 3rd year. Maybe this is the year I get some grapes. I haven't even got one grape from this yet, but again, it's its 3rd year with me. It's a 4-year-old plant. This is my blackberry tree, if you will. We've got lots and lots and lots and lots of blackberries coming in on this one, guys. Last year I got about 20 blackberries off this. This is its 3rd year as well. I think this year is gonna be the year of the blackberry. Lots of flowers on it everywhere. Everywhere, everywhere, everywhere. And some cute little blackberries growing in, as you can see. So really excited about the blackberries coming in. It's the thornless variety, which I prefer. All right, let's see what's inside the greenhouse. You'll recall that this greenhouse, I take the plastic off the top of it during the spring, summer, and fall because it allows, I don't want it to get too hot in here, but I still want it to have protection from pests. We've got my heirloom brandywine tomatoes that you saw me plant. There's 4 on this side and 4 on this side, and they really haven't come up too much. I'm kind of surprised how slow they're growing. And then we've got black from Tula's back in the corner here. And we've got some Cherokee purples as well. So they're all starting to come up. I also went ahead and planted some zucchini in here. We got zucchini there and a zucchini stack here and a zucchini stack there. I'm just trying to make use of all my space. These tomatoes will grow pretty tall, and these zucchinis will help keep the ground from being baked. This gets a ton of sun on this side of the yard, and just want something as ground cover that also loves the sun. We've also got last year's broccoli stalks that I left because, you know what? They're sticking out a little bit of broccoli heads. Look at this one. They're sticking out some broccoli heads. I figured, matter of fact, I probably should cut that one off. I figured I'd just let them grow out just because they're not harming anything, and I could always eat a few pieces of broccoli. Well, there you have it, everyone. That's my garden tour. First one for 2018. I know I've been late on a lot of things, but we're catching up. I hope you guys enjoy your Easter Sunday. Appreciate you spending time with me today. And as always, thanks for watching.